Welcome back, my enlightened ones. Welcome back. It is I, Cat of Four Winds. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Pull up a seat, grab a drink. I hope you stay a while. Welcome to my channel. I like to get my craziness out there. Like and subscribe if you can. So tonight we're gonna have a very, very fun-filled class. But before I get to Ganesh, Lord Ganesha, okay, I'm going to first apologize. My apology goes out to Hinduism and anything that I'm going to be mispronouncing tonight. So please forgive me, but I get an A for effort. So anyway, hi Mike, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. And we have Sarah in here and Jasmine, my beautiful modest. And I think other people are going to be stopping by. Oh, Shane, there's Shane. Hello, Shane. So this is going to be a great class tonight. It is going to be about Lord Ganesh, but I get to explain a few of the people before we get to Lord Ganesh. So that's what it's going to be. Looks so colorful tonight. I actually have my Ganesh, the Om symbol is actually one of the symbols of Lord Ganesha you're going to find out tonight. So this is my Lord Ganesha jacket. I'm styling. So, glad to have you guys here tonight. I'm going to go and jump over to my banners here. So I spent 5 hours at the beach today, and I'm slowly watching my face get redder and redder as I'm sitting here by the minute. So anyway, but I had a good day at the beach with my grandchildren and my mom. So it was a good day. So who are we discussing tonight? Lord Ganesh. So, as you can see, he likes his sweeties, hence the belly. Get the dude. I got one of those myself. Yes, he likes his sweeties. Here they are. Nom 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 nom. Get to eat them, and I'll be telling you what those little sweeties are that he likes to eat. To begin this, how is everybody tonight? My beautiful Jasmine and Sarah and everybody's doing good. I'm glad to have you here tonight. So, Lord Ganesha, let me start with this one, is one of the most loved Hindu deities. People worship Ganesha not only in India, but in other countries like Indonesia and Nepal. Lord Ganesha is popular for his elephant head and the worship as the god of wisdom and intellect and a few other things you're going to find out about tonight. So the first dude we're going to be talking about, or should say dudes, because he's got 4 heads, is going to be Brahma tonight. This is actually a statue of Brahma here. If I can pull it back, there you go. There's 4 heads on that. So anyway, but we have a weird story behind this. When we first moved into this house, my friend Mike here, who's in comments, he'll attest to this. He was here, and welcome Adam and Vincent. So this Brahma statue, we had crazy things, poltergeist activity going on in this house. We still do, but not to the severity that it was when we first moved in. So we had to go downstairs to the basement, and I wanted to smudge from the floor up to the attic to cleanse out negative energies, because, we had some nasty things in here. So anyway, not thinking, Sarah, Shane, my puppy, myself, and Mike all went down to the basement to start smudging. And the ironic thing is we left the basement door open. And then the funny part is that we had poltergeist activity happening, and something could have closed that door and locked us in. And so anyway, I went upstairs. I think Sarah did. Sarah went upstairs because her battery or her light was running low on her camera, and she ran upstairs. And I always keep this in the kitchen on my kitchen sink on my windowsill. And the funny thing is that when she went up the stairs, this was sitting between the door jamb and the door itself to the basement. Somebody or something moved it and set it there. This is protection. This is really amazing. So I thought that was funny. Somebody put that there so no one would mess with the door while we were down there. And ironically, while we were down there, Shane did have something thrown at him. It was, I believe it was a piece of iron that was tossed at him. So anyways, that was quite interesting. I just wanted to share that with you. So we're going to discuss Brahma real quickly here. So Brahma Brahma is one of the major gods of Hinduism, okay? From about 500 BC to 500 CE, okay, I'm seeing things, who was gradually eclipsed by Vishnu. Oh, you know what it is I have a new light bulb back here, and it's a flicker bulb. If you notice it, that's actually a light bulb that's doing that. And it's, I feel like the police are coming any moment now. So I see it out of my peripheral vision. I think, oh, is this something? Okay, just lose my mind. Okay, so it was gradually eclipsed by Vishnu and Shiva. So let me jump over to my banner so you can actually see people. It's nice to see people when you can actually, so here they are. So we have Brahma, which is the four-headed being that I just showed you all the way to the left. Then we have Vishnu, who is in the middle, and Shiva. And you're going to learn about Shiva. Shiva is actually Lord Ganesha's father. So yeah, you're going to learn about him. All right, so I'm just going to leave that up there for a minute. The great goddess, Vishnu and Shiva, the great goddess, in her multiple aspects. And the reason why I want to say multiple aspects is, I'm not sure if I can find the picture, is that Shiva's wife, which you're going to learn about in a moment, she also is the aspect of Shiva herself, because remember that balance, that him and the her, just as you have it in your ascended masters, you have that he and she side, you have this here as well. Like Sarah said, I know about the two divisions here. Here they are. Okay, so Shiva would be on the left, so this would be your left. I'm opposite here. I get mirrored image. And the lovely woman on the right, that is his wife, Parvati, but also has other names as Shakti, which you're going to learn about. And you're also going to find that this is the release of the Kundalini. Yes, this all ties into the yoga. This is all tying into the Reiki that we've done and everything. So this is kind of another reason why I wanted to do this class tonight. So anyway, so let me put my picture back up. All right, so in multiple aspects associated with the Vedic creator, the god whose identity he assumed, Brahma, which all the way to the left there, guys, was born from the golden egg and created supposedly the earth and all things on it. Later, the myths described him as having come forth from the lotus, that is the Vishnu navel. And as we know, the lotus flower rises and grows from the mud. That's representation actually of the soul being enlightened and going to the surface of the pond and opening up as that lotus flower. That's what that represents there. So Vishnu here, Vishnu as all pervading, essence of all beings, the master of and beyond the past, present, and future, the creator and destroyer of all existences, one who supports, sustains, and governs the universe and originates and develops all elements within. Vishnu is described as being the color of clouds, dark blue, four-armed, folding a lotus, mace, conch, a chakra wheel. Vishnu is responsible for the maintenance and preservation of the universe, with the other roles of creation and destruction being under care of Brahma, Shiva, respectively, from the 13th century. All right, so you're going to find out too that Lord Ganesha also too deals with karma. He is the remover of obstacles, okay? He takes that trunk and slaps things out of his way, okay? And you can actually call and work with him, which I'm going to teach you how to do tonight. But the amazing thing with him is that he removes obstacles, but he also puts obstacles in the way of people that are not so good of karma, if that makes sense. So he's that yin and the yang, that ebb and flow to the universe. So that's kind of important. Back to my picture here. By the middle of the first millennia CE, the attempt to synthesize the diverging traditions and evidence of the doctrine, which is called the Trimurti, which considers Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma as three forms of the supreme unmanifested deity. By the 7th century, Brahma had largely lost his claim to being a supreme deity, so Brahma's falling off now. Although the Trimurti continue to figure importantly in the both text and sculpture today, there is no sect that exclusively worships Brahma, and few temples are dedicated to him. Nevertheless, most temples dedicated to Shiva and Vishnu contain an image of Brahma, therefore, in. Okay. So, Brahma is usually depicted as having 4 faces, symbolic of a wide-ranging 4-square capacity, and express of the 4 Vedas, okay? Vedas are collections or poems and hymns, okay? Now we're going to mention what these 4 Vedas are. The first one is Yagas, Yugas. This is the ages of capacity is expressed in the 4 Vedas. Let's see that. So Yugas, Yagas means ages. Then the Varnos is social classes. And then you have the 4 directions, which can be north, south, east, and west, the 4 stages of life, the ashrama, and so forth and so on. Okay, that's the stages of life is the ashrama. He is usually shown with 4 arms, holding an arms bowl, a bow. Wow, I can't talk. He's holding a bowl, and then take the L off of it, and he's holding a bow, a B-O-W, B-O-W. Wow. I gotta go back to school. Prayer beads in a book. He may be seated or standing on a lotus throne, as they're all sitting on a lotus flower here. On his mount, his mount is a goose. Savitri and Sarasvati, respectively, are examples of faithfulness in music and learning, frequently accompanied with him. Okay, so that was hell. I made it past the first page. Yay! Okay, so I amused myself. Sorry. Okay, so as I said, Shakti and Shiva is they represent the snake that lays dormant, okay, within our chakra system, okay. Shiva is at the top, Shakti is at the bottom, the feminine and the masculine, if that makes sense. When you are balanced and your chakras are working correctly, they come together, and that is the release of the Kundalini, which is also Kali, which you're going to find out. As I said, you've heard me say it, and I'm going to say it again. Don't get caught up in the names. Guess what? Lord Ganesha has 108 different names. Yes, he does. And I've also linked that below if you want to go check it out. And there's mantras that go with each single name, because each single name does something different in your life. So that's kind of crazy. But of course, it's not in English. I tried. So, but anyway, but it does list this 108 names. It's kind of mind-blowing. So, like I said, don't get caught up in the names, as you're going to find out. His mom she goes by many different names, and it's just, and they all come together in what it represents and so forth and so on. And that's what, don't get caught up in the names. Okay, so Shiva, here we go. Let's see here. So, if you look here, all right. This dude right here is Skanda, but he also has another name, which I'm going to be mentioning it here in a moment. Skanda is the brother of Lord Ganesh. Bet you didn't even know he had a brother. Okay, so that is his brother there. He is the god of war, so that's kind of important to know him. So here's the fam. Yay! So is Lord Ganesha sitting over there. Lord Ganesha, that was not born with an elephant head, and we're going to learn about that one too. So this is Lord Ganesha with his brother Skanda, okay, and you're going to find out with the symbolisms and everything else. But let's first talk about Parvati, okay? This is Parvati. This is Lord Ganesha's mom. This is Skanda's, his brother's mom, okay? She's a goddess of power, nourishment, devotion, motherhood, fertility, harmony, supreme goddess of Shaivism. Shaivism is the worship of Wow, I'm losing my mind. Shiva. There it is. Ah! So you're going to learn about Shiva. So I'm going to explain Shiva real here quickly for you. So here's Shiva. Here he is. There he is. There's Dad. Okay, Shiva is represented in a variety of forms in a Pacific mood with his consort or wife, Parvati. Okay, and you did see them. Here's Parvati right there sitting next to him. Okay. Go back to this one. I like this one better. Okay. He represents the cosmic dancer, which is called Nataraja, yes, as a naked form, yes. Self-discipline. He represents himself as beggar. He represents himself as a yogi. As Dalit formerly called the untouchables. The untouchable is the lowest form of hereditary, Hindu class. So that's what the untouchables are considered. So anyway, and let's see here. All these big words, give me a second. So the union and Shiva and his consort in one body, half male and half female, which I showed you here earlier, okay? I'm gonna leave this here for a second. All right, he is both the great eccentric, which is a severe discipliner, and master of fertility. He is the master of both poison and medicine through the, you see that balance there, guys? And what's the difference between poison and medicine? The dose. Anyway, but you see that balance, okay? That what he is. So through his ambivalent power over snakes, that's why you see the snakes there. As Lord of Cattle, he is the benevolent herdsman, kind of like Pan is, all right. At times, the merciless slaughter of all beasts that are the human souls in his care. Although some of the combinations of roles may be explained by Shiva's identification with earlier mythology figures, they arise primarily through the tendency of Hinduism to see complementary qualities in single having multiple meanings. So you can get into this. I opened up a huge can of worms here because all these different names and all these different characters they turn into, just like I'm happy-go-lucky cat here, and then I get ticked off and I turn into I just I turn into Shakti. So anyway, Shakti has got this long snake's tongue, and yeah, she can be pretty. She's a destroyer herself. So you can see how the two of them kind of come together and complement each other well. All right, Shiva's female consort is known under various manifestations. So let's go back to Mama here. Here's Mama here. Okay, so Hindu goddess of power, energy, nourishment, harmony, love, beauty, devotion, and motherhood. In her complete form, she's a physical representation of, here's the words, Mahadevi, also known as Adi Shakti, the primordial power behind the creation of the universe, the creator and destroyer. So I find that the key to saying words that you're not sure how to pronounce is to say them with power. You're just going to sound like you know what the hell you're saying. Okay. So anyway, so Shiva and okay. So has many names. Okay, here we go. Don't get caught up in the names. Uma, not Uma Thurman, but Uma, Sati, Parvati, Durga, Kali. Kali's Shiva is also sometimes paired with Shakti. Shakti is that dormant snake. That's the release of the Kundalini that rises up through you, the embodiment of power. There it is. Divine coupled together with your sons, Skanda. As I said, Skanda, bouncing back, here's Skanda. And the elephant-headed Ganesha, and said to dwell in the Mount Kalusa in the Himalayas. The six-headed Skanda is said to have been born of Shiva's seed. As you're going to find out, Lord Ganesha is not born of Shiva's seed. No. He was actually created like a golem. Yes. Shiva's seed, which was shed in the mouth of God of fire. And then we have Agni, and transferred first to the river Ganges and then to the 6 stars of the constellation Pleiades. According to another well-known myth, Ganesha, here we go, his Ganesha was born Shava Siddhanta, religious and philosophical system of South India in which Shiva is worshipped in the supreme deity. It draws primarily on the Tamil devotion of hymns and written in their saints. So let me go down to here. All right, Shiva is one of the 3 supreme gods found in Hindu mythology. He is known as a destroyer, while other gods are the creator, Brahma, and the preserver, Vishnu. While the other gods are responsible for the creation and perseverance of earth, Shiva must destroy in order to create. And this is actually what's going on in our current world. Everything's coming to the surface to be destroyed because these lies and the truth must be known. And all this stuff is coming to the surface here. And this is that insecurity, and this is that battle that we feel that's going on, is because it all needs to be destroyed to be rebuilt again. Roles and powers. Shiva has many roles and powers. He is known to haunt cemeteries while wearing a headdress of snakes and a necklace full of skulls, but he is also helpful. Kali is also known for wearing a necklace full of skulls as well. And again, this is that yin-yang thing going on. But he's also helpful to mortals and fellow gods. He acts as judge, rewarding the good and showing no mercy to the bad. Remember, putting obstacles, that's what Lord Ganesha does. He spends much of his time in deep meditation as he gains spiritual strength. He showed his willingness to sacrifice himself for others when he swallowed the poison of Vasuki. Wasn't she on play on True Blood? Suki, I'm funny. All right, a serpent used to produce water of life by the gods, drinking his poison, turned Shiva's neck blue forever, but he saved the world from destruction. One of Shiva's largest responsibilities is to dance. His dancing symbolizes truth and is meant to rid the world of ignorance and help to end the suffering from those who worship him. Still not smoking. I said it all and didn't run out of breath. Yay me. So I'm going to jump over to comments. I'm being so rude. How is everybody tonight? Julie, welcome, my friends. Yay. Oh, my little peanut. Hey, Jocelyn, my little beach buddy. How's it going? She's coming over to paint rocks with me that we found today. Tomorrow, what's she going to do? So everybody doing okay? I'm trying to explain this. See what I'm saying about opening a huge can of worms is you get going and this one leads you this way and then another path and another path branches off from that and it kind of leaves you out. So yeah, so I kind of had to explain these other beings. Hi Cadence, my other granddaughter's here too. Hi Homer darlings, I see you tomorrow. All right, so anyway, so back to the fam. That's the fam. Minus the brother. The brother's not in here. So let's talk about Kali for a minute. Kali, she is quiet, calm, and composed as she's goddess Parvati, that's the mother, who will forgive all your mistakes. Once you cross your limit, she comes into fierce avatar as goddess Mahakali or Akali, who erupts like a volcano and destroys the evilness. There's actually pictures of her with her foot on her husband's chest. Yes. You're going to find out why she did that. She was quite upset. This is Kali here. Here she is. There's her husband right there. And see her skull necklace? There it is. All right. So Kali. So anyway, 3 universes. Okay. Okay. I'm done with that one. Okay. So I got to finish this one. All right. So Parvati created Lord Ganesha out of dirt. She rubbed off during a bath and received his elephant head from Shiva. That's her husband. That's the one that she's got her foot on his chest. All right, who was responsible for beheading Ganesha? Shiva's vehicle in the world is a Vahana, which is a bull. I'm going to explain the whole story to you guys in a second. A sculpture of Nadi sits opposite the main sanctuary on many Shiva temples. In temples and private shrines, Shiva is also worshipped in the form of Ligam, a cylindrical ovatory object that is often embedded in the yoni or spouted dish. Shiva is usually depicted in a painting and sculptured in white ashes. Corpses are smeared on his body. So ashes from corpses are smeared on his body. The blue neck from holding his throat poison, the emerge of churning the cosmic ocean, that's what that represents, which threatened to destroy the world, So he did this, he took the poison to save humanity and to save the world. His hair arranged in coil and matted locks, adorned with crescent moon and Ganges. Still got Kali up here. Anyway, let's see here. The Ganges River, earth from sky, where Kali here, okay, rules the Milky Way by allowing the river to trickle through. He's here, thus breaking her fall. Shiva has 3 eyes, the third eye bestowing inward vision, but capable of burning destruction when focused outward. He wears a garland of skulls and serpents around his neck, and carries his 2, sometimes 4 hands, deerskin, a trident, a small hand drum, and a club with a skull at the end. The skull identifies Shiva as skull bearer. He refers to time when he cuts off the 5th head of Brahma. So apparently Brahma had 5 heads, not just 4. Again, we have Brahma here. Here's Brahma, and he's only got the 4 heads, so he must have cut off 1 head. The head stuck to his hand until he reached Varanasi, now in India, a city sacred to Shiva, and then fell away in the shrine for the cleansing of all sins, known as the Kapalua. Machana, or the releasing of the skull, was later established in the place where it had landed. Okay. So, I'm going to jump over to comments. Everybody doing good? Hey, Chris, welcome. Great to have you. Good to see you. I'm keeping up with this. Am I boring? Are we going to sleep? Okay. Don't go to sleep just yet. I'm getting to the good stuff. Okay, so, we did this one. No, this is a mantra. Okay, so Adi Shakti, this is mom, known name, okay? This is a mantra that is very powerful of devotion and manifestation. Through Shakti, the divine mother power, we tap into our own personal power. This is the release of the Kundalini. Shakti is a Hindu term that describes the feminine aspect of the divine energy. When we tap into the divine mother energy and the awakening of the Kundalini. There it is. Okay. So this is quite crazy how it kind of all just ties together. I was kind of blown away to find out about Brahma and the Brahma statue that was at the top of my stairs, and how this kind of all ties in. This is crazy. Here we go. So we're going to talk about omnipresence for a moment here. Omnipresence is what Lord Ganesha is, and what most of your gods are: Jesus Christ, Mother Mary, all these lovely beings. It roughly describes as the ability to be present everywhere at the same time. So if I'm praying to Archangel Michael and Jasmine's praying to Archangel Michael, he's not fighting to be in 2 places at the same time. He's everywhere. He's omnipresence. So that's what that term means there. So let's talk about Lord Ganesha for a moment. Okay. There's a festival of Ganesh Chaturthi. Oh my goodness gracious, Chaturthi. I had it earlier. I have it written down here. It's just not in front of my face. Chaturthi finds its origin in Mata's reign. Starting with the festival, the belief lays in the story of the birth of Ganesha, the son of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. Goddess Parvati was the creator of Ganpati, He's got lots of names here. She is the absence of Lord Shiva. Used her sandalwood paste to create Ganesha and put him to guard while she had gone bathing. She said, "Do not let anybody in while I am bathing." So while he was gone, Lord Shiva, his father, returned, not aware of who Lord Ganesh is. Didn't know, because why? His mom created him, so he didn't know who he was. So Lord Shiva got into a fight with Ganesha, and he released his demons. He is a lord of demons, or what's called goblins. You're going to learn about them too. And as he did not allow him to enter, at this point, his mother's orders arranged. Lord Shiva cut off Ganesha's head. I believe it was his demons that actually cut off his head. But when Parvati saw this, guess what? She's going to turn into who? Kali. She saw the sight. She took the form of Kali and threatened to destroy the world. This worried everyone, and they requested Lord Shiva to find a solution and calm the rage of goddess Kali. So what does he do? Minions, my demons, go forth, find me the first head. So they go out and they find the first head, and it's an elephant head. Yes. And they brought it back and they attached it to the body of Ganesha. And now you know why he has an elephant head. Yes. Okay. So Ganesha, let's see here. Here he is. Beauty of Lord Ganesha is that in respect of caste, everybody's worship him. He is the Vigna Vinishka, the remover of all obstacles. You call on him when things are in your way. You got a new project, you're starting a business up, call on Lord Ganesh. He will come in and he will help remove obstacles if you pray to him, not pray to him, but meditate with him, or you can pray to him too. I do as well. In fact, if you look at the Om symbol in his hand, that Om symbol that you guys go Om all the time with, you can thank him for that Om symbol. That is Lord Ganesh right there. Okay, he's also the Prada giver. These words, good God. All right, the attainment in the Buddha, the intelligence without which he cannot lead our lives. Okay, Lord Ganesha, here he is again, is considered as Lord of obstacles. There are two meanings to this. He is oh my goodness. As I said, I apologize to the Indian community and to my Hinduism. And he is Vignaharatra, the one who removes obstacles when there are good intentions and good deeds. He is oh my God. Vignahartha, the one who places obstacles when there are bad influences or disharmony of thought, word, and deed. So if you tick him off, he's going to put an obstacle in your way. So an obstacle is a message from Ganesha. Recognize the message and rectify it. The messenger obstacle will automatically vanish when you rectify. If you got the same thing playing over and over and over again in your life, they're trying to get your attention. Pay attention. Get yourself out of the vibration of it. Change your frequency of it. Meditate on it. Learn what you need to do to remove this obstacle. How do you do this? Lord Ganesha, please come and help me. I call upon thee. Okay? I invoke thee. Okay, do whatever you have to do, but work on it. When you sit here and it's just crazy. Control of things. All right. So he's Lord of the people, Ghana. Okay. So Hindu. Back to my elephant head here. Okay, here we go. Love ya. Elephant-headed Hindu god means beginnings, okay, who is traditionally worshipped before any major enterprise and the patron of intellectuals, bankers, scribes, there's that scribe word again, in authors. His name means both Lord of the people. Gana means the common people, and Lord of Ganas, Ganesha is the chief of Ganas. Ganas means goblins. When his father cut off his head and put an elephant head in his place, he felt bad. Lord Ganesha fought a good fight. He was actually beating the demons, the goblins, okay? So when his father placed the elephant head on him, he also made him head of all the goblins. Okay, so he's lord of these goblins or demons or whichever you wish to call them. All right, so he's the goblin host. That's what Gana means. Okay, Lord Ganesh, Gana. Gana means head of these goblins. Ganesha is the chief of the Ganas, the goblin host of Shiva, his father. Ganesha is pot-bellied and generally depicted as holding his hand a few round Indian sweets. Here we go, back to my picture. Okay, these Indian sweets, which he is inordinately fond of. His vehicle, oh, wait till you see what he drives around on, people. You ready to see what Lord Ganesha drives around on? I'm not mocking. I just love these stories. I love them. All right, I'm going. Okay, so this is called the Eastern Barred Bandicoot. This is what he drives around on. Woo-hoo. Here he is. Giddy up, little doggy. All right, so the bandicoot, which symbolizes Ganesha's ability to overcome anything that gets in his way that he wants. Like a rat and like an elephant, Ganesha is a remover of obstacles. The 10th day late summer, August through September. This is the festival. Here it is again of the Chaturdashi. There we go. May Lord Ganesha showers his blessings and always happy Ganesh Chaturdashi. And this is August to September. It depends on the moon phase is when it's actually celebrated there. Lord Ganesha, about 1,000 years old mystery god Ganesha shrine located atop a hill in the middle of a dense forest. I thought this was interesting. On, Dahako Mountain in Dantewada district. Oh my God, these words. Why do I kill myself? I like a challenge. Adam, what's that word? A height at 3,000 feet, it had remained hidden for centuries until it was discovered by the archaeologist in 2012. I thought that was interesting. Lord Ganesha, here we are. So this is the festival here. It honors Lord Ganesha for bringing good fortune. The 11-day celebration falls August or September, as I said, depends on the moon phase. Lord Ganesha's statue are paraded through deities immersed in bodies of water. Water is cleansing. Water is removing things. That's why I tell you people to take a salt bath. Afterwards, there's a ceremony and worship daily prayers. Here he is. Hey, he is one of the worships here. This is such a huge thing. Lord Ganesh is such a huge thing. They actually have shops just to make statues of the dude. Okay, look at all the people. Okay, this is India. There's lots of them. Okay, so these beautiful people are celebrating this beautiful being, so that's quite interesting there. Okay, so as I said, Ganesha is one of the most important gods in Hinduism. He is easily recognized with the elephant head and human body representing the soul. So the human body represents the soul, which is called the Atman, okay? And the physical, which is called the Maya, so let's see, the elephant head and the human body represented by the soul, which is the Atman, and the Maya, which is the physical body. Ganesha is the patron of writers, travelers, students, commerce, and he removes obstacles that may be blocking new objects. The deity is fond of sweets to the slight detriment of his figure. Me too. I get the dude. All right. Yes, there's so much here. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to the top because I have a lot of banners up here I haven't changed yet. So I showed you the fam. This is the fam. Okay. So the release of the Kundalini, we did that one. Oh my goodness, did I do that already? Okay, symbolism. Here we go. So the large ears means to listen more. The axe represents cut unhealthy attachments. The broken tusk, you're going to learn about that in a moment here, why his tusk is broken. This is a sacrifice for a good cause. Blessings for those in the right path. The large belly, those are the sweeties. Cultivate Contentment digests both good and bad experiences. Fruit, material, wealth at your foot, always available if you pursue the right path. The mouse, which is the rat that he rides around, is his desire. That's the ride in control. The big head is to think big. Small eyes is for concentration. You're sprinting. Rope, removal of obstacles. Small mouth, talk less. I gotta learn to do that one. Trunk, immense strength and fine discrimination. And the sweet bowl rewards of the sweet life. Let's talk about the Trishul. The Trishul, here it is, the Trishul. Know your God, Lord Ganesha. The Trishul over the forehead of Lord Ganesha symbolizes time, past, present, and future. As I said, he is in control. He is the creator of all. Okay, he's also, yes, the swastika. It was not, the swastika represents peace and love. It was not made that way until somebody bad took a hold of it and made it represent something else, but we won't go there. So he represents that. And again, I'm putting this one up because I know it's his big head, small eyes, large trunk. There was a couple other things here. The Madaka, which is the rewards of Sahana. That's the sweeties in his hand. Large stomach, peaceful, digest all good, bad in life. The trunk is high efficiency and adaptability. Thank you. Bless in projects, in spiritual path, in supreme. There's a Japanese version of him, yes. Ganesha, or Kangen-chen, is a good in Shingon. Why do I do this to myself? In Tandai schools of Japanese Buddhism, legends behind this. I'm not reading that. Male and female embrace form. Okay. He is the Japanese Buddhist form of Ganesh and also sometimes identified with Bodhisattva or Elko-Tishra. One who listens to cries of sentient beings and need help. And if anybody wants to complain about my enunciation, please write Adam and forward all hate messages to Adam. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Omnipresence. All right, again, I have all these in here, but I wanted to talk about the bottom. It's probably on this side over here. The whole world is actually, and you're asking, all right, this is the prasada. Those sweeties that he likes to eat, and I get it. I like sweet things too, my friend. So, okay, so I'm going to put up here. You can check out his ride. This is his sweet ride. Okay, because I'm going to read that's going to pertain to this here. So let me move on here. All right. So Ganesha's childhood. Ganesha is the son of Shiva and Parvati, and he is the brother to Skanda, the god of war. He was created by his mother using earth, which she molded into a shape of a boy. As Shiva was away at his meditative wanderings, Parvati set her new son in guard while she took a bath. Unexpectedly, Shiva returned home, and on finding the boy and outraged at his impudence in claiming as being Parvati's son, Shiva called for his gang of demons, the Bhataganagas, okay, that's the goblins, who fought ferociously with the boy. However, the youngster easily held his own against such fearsome adversaries, and Vishnu was forced to intervene. We've talked about Vishnu, he's up there too. Was forced to intervene in the form of Maya, and whilst the boy was distracted by her beauty, the demons of Shiva himself lopped his head off. So basically, they got naked, and here I am, distracted him and lopped his head off. At the commotion, Parvati ran from her bath and completely devastated and angry with Shiva for killing their son. There's the head on the footprint and print on the head here. Trying to look for another. Where is it? Okay, I can't find her now because I'm looking for her. All right. So that's the son. I need better eyeballs. I need better eyeballs. Okay, so here's Kylie. All right, so now she's all that. That's the one I wanted right there. All right, so now she's standing on her husband's chest because he just lopped off her son's head. Um, Devastated and angry with Shiva for killing their son, her repentant Shiva ordered a new head to be found for the boy. And at first animal available was the elephant. So Ganesha gained a new elephant head and became the most distinctive of Hindu gods as a reward for his great courage in fighting off the demons. Shiva, his father, made Ganesha the leader of the Oogie Boogies, the goblins, or called the troop of goblins, also known as the oh my goodness, Bahataganas, which hence the name. Okay. Ganesha's adventures, the story which explains the god's association with intelligence and wisdom in his competition with. Here's another name for his brother. Okay. Let's see here. Here's his brother. Okay, so his brother goes by the name Skanda, but he also here is going by the name Katrikia, to be the first to marry. So he's actually in a competition with his brother who's going to be the first to marry. They set up a challenge that whoever could first encircle the earth would also find a bride first. Not wasting a second, his brother, Skanda, okay, took off on the quest to encircle the earth and get home so he could get the first bride. Not wasting a second, swiftly mounted his blue peacock. Yes, he rides a blue peacock. And immediately shot off around the world. Ganesha, on the other hand, because he's intelligent, okay, not saying that his brother isn't, casually sauntered over to his parents' house, embraced them, and quoted the line from the sacred Vedas. Remember, the Vedas are the poems. He who embraces his parents 7 times gains the merit of encircling the world 7 times. Declared the winner, Ganesha promptly married not 1 but 2 daughters of Buddha, wisdom and Siddhi, success, with whom he had 2 sons, Heshma and Labla. Wow, Labla. Okay. Despite being the Hindu deity, Ganesha also has something of a reputation for greediness. This is his greediness right here. There it is. Ganesha decided to take a ride on his giant rat. He's got a rat now? Okay, where's his dang giant rat? I got like 30 bears in my face. And here's his rat. Okay, so he's taking a ride on his rat. Here we go. Giddy up there, horsey. To aid his digestion because he ate too many sweeties. However, the rat was surprised when he came across a large snake. Listen to this. Jumped back with fear and threw off the mount of his rat. Fell to the ground. Ganesha landed on his full belly and burst on hitting the ground. The cakes from his stomach rolled to the left and rolled to the right and center. But Ganesha, unperturbed, carefully gathered up the sweeties, stuck them back into his belly, wounded, took the snake around it and wrapped it around his midriff where he was cut open by falling off his rat, symbolic of Ganesha's ability to overcome all obstacles. The snake, the cause of the accident in the first place, therefore provided the remedy for the damage that it had caused. Crazy or what? Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Jumping over to come. All right. So, night, Chris. Pleasant dreams, sweetie. Okay, so we're getting to the end here. The broken tusk. Now we're going to find out about Lord Ganesha's broken tusk. I think you can see it in this picture. Yeah, his left tusk, looking at it, which would be his right tusk, is broken. Continuing on the night ride, Ganesha suddenly heard a thunderous noise from the heavens. This was the laughing of the moon and his wives, the 27 constellations, unable to contain themselves on seeing Ganesha wrapped in a snake. They were all laughing at him. They thought it was funny. Outraged, Ganesha broke off one of his tusks and hurled it at the laughing moon, who hit it full-faced and then struck the moon black. Without the light of the moon, the dark nights become the haunt of thieves and villains until honest people had enough and pleaded with the gods to restore the silver light back to the sky. The gods asked Ganesha to forgive the moon, but only partially forgave and was forgiven. Consequently, only periodically, because he only periodically forgave the moon on one night, would the moon give us its full lights and then slowly waste away. So this is how we get the 31 days of the month, and that the moon is only present full for one full night. Thank you, Lord Ganesha. Okay, so I just thought that was interesting. One explanation of Ganesha's broken tusk was that he snapped it off. This is another one. In order to transcribe the epic poem Mahabharata. Wow, these words. Mahabharata. Mahabharata. An alternative explanation of Ganesha's broken tusk is that the Krishna throwing his axe at Ganesha after he blocked the entrance to the private apartments to his parents, Shiva and Parvati. Okay, so Krishna wouldn't let Ganesha go visit his parents, Shiva and Parvati, so he got mad, and Krishna threw the axe to hit, and it broke off the tusk so that no one could say, but Ganesha allowed this to happen so no one could say that his father, because that was his father's axe, that it was not a fearsome weapon. Yet another but less picturesque explanation of Ganesha's broken tusk was that he snapped it off in order to transcribe the epic poem, the Mahabharata. Oh my good God. I don't drink, but I think I'm going to start. Dictated by the sage who wished to preserve the story of all time. This version explains Ganesha's association with writers and intellectuals. How Ganesha represented in art today, and this is coming to the closing. In Hindu art, Ganesha is variously portrayed depending on specific cultures. Indian, Cambodian, among others, but he is most often depicted with the head of an elephant and the portly human body. Here he is. And his hands were often carries a broken tusk, an axe, a ladle, a noose, a prayer beads, a tray, a bowl of sweets. He sometimes also wields an elephant goad. So the elephant goad is... The elephant goad is what he's holding in his right hand there, or his other right hand. He's got 4 of them, damn it. All right. He sometimes also wields the elephant goad in order to master life's obstacles. Ganesha is often depicted as riding Rosha, which you see right there, his giant rat, famed in his agility and also symbolic of the god's ability to circumvent obstacles. So, with all that said, yes, thank you, Adam, for pronouncing it for me. I actually went online and I go, how to pronounce this? And I do that, believe it or not. So as I said, linked below in the description, if you want to go up and look at the 108 names of Lord Ganesha, there are many. Don't get caught up in the names, as I said. Also, next week's class is Lunasta or Lamas. Closing up the Wheel of the Year. We're coming to the end because after that it will be Mabon, and then that's it, because we already did Samhain, which is Halloween, so we're closing up. So we're coming to the end of the Wheel of the Year in the Wiccan class, and so that's kind of cool there. And I just want to point out too, Shiva, there is a Hindu form of Shiva. Shiva is when somebody passes away. It's the mourning for 7 days. This is not associated with the Shiva here, and I just wanted to point that out. So I'm going back to comments, and again, I want to thank you guys all for being here tonight, and thank you for Loki Love, my little man. He's gone, so God rest his little soul, but I get a nice little resting place for him outside, and I go sit with him often. So thank you for your concerns and your love and for everything. So that really means a lot, guys. So this was really fun today, and I thank you all. I probably will do cards. I think I'm going to pull out my Wiccan deck. I'm going to do 3 cards spread on each of you, past, present, and future, and give you some more insight into your lives if you guys are up for that. So that will definitely be next week after the Lamas, the Luna stuff, which is different names. Again, don't get caught up in the names. Okay. Thank you, Jocelyn, my beautiful granddaughter. I love you. So I love you all. And remember, first and foremost, remember, be grateful. Oops, wait, I got a couple more banners. Hang on. One more thing. Okay, so the blessings. This one, I'm not reading that top part. You guys can go knock yourselves out if you want to read it. But I'm going to tell you the English meaning of it. Oh, Lord Ganesh, and I've got my hands in the Gaso position, so if you wish to do this with me. Oh, Lord Ganesh, with curved trunk and massive body, the one whose splendor is equal to millions of suns, please bless me so that I do not face any obstacles in my endeavors. And namaste. And one more thing. Shine, 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 people. See you next week. Love and light. Thank you all for being here. Have a great night.